going on, guys? It's Argo again with Cutthroat Reviews, and today we're going to be going over the AB suppressor Raptor 10. Okay, so let's kick this video off by saying what I run this can on. I run this suppressor on my Seiko Precision, the S20 and 6.5 PRC. I run it on that MPR down there, that Christensen Arms. That's in a 300 PRC, and I run it on my AR10 build right here. American Defense build kit, but I have a 22-inch Odin barrel with the gas system on there, the adjustable gas system on there, Odin bolt, and then a Timmy trigger, 2-stage, some Magpul furniture, whatnot. But I run the can on all three of those. That's in a 6.5 Creedmore. Let's see here. The 300 PRC I shoot are 212 grain. The 6.5 PRC are also Hornady 100 Precision. Those are in 143 grain. And then Cellar and Bellet, I run these 131s. They run really well with what I run and how I tune that AR10. I'm probably going to drop it down here soon into 120s. I was talking to Clark Shooter on Instagram about that, and he said they've been running really well on his build, so probably gonna copy him on those. Sorry, but it is what it is. Yeah, so let's get the video started on. I will show you some clips of what these sound like when they're each shot with this suppressor on it. This is again the Raptor 10 with a 5-inch reflex on it. All these sound great with that can on there, but here we go. So, hope you enjoy those sound bites. I certainly did. Getting to shoot all these guns again today and just slinging some rounds down range was pretty awesome with this thing. So let's get into it, man. So what I have here is the Raptor 10 and with the 5-inch reflex. As you can see when I took it off the barrel, some of you were like, oh shit. This thing sits, that 5-inch reflex sits over the barrel. So really, if I can break this apart here. Here. This piece here is what's sitting over the barrel, and this piece here is essentially the start of the actual can. So now that I have the two pieces here, this is the reflex 5-inch, this is the can Raptor 10. The can, they were good for 5.56 and 7.62, all the way up to 300 PRC as you saw in the video there. This is the Raptor 10. They make it in a 2, a 4, a 6, and an 8, and the 10. The 10 comes in at 9.6 ounces, just like this. With the reflex, I think it's still right under 11. It's made out of titanium, The end cap's made out of titanium. This is made out of titanium. Super light. The baffle system on this thing, they're all spiraled. They mimic a rattlesnake tail. So if you look at the blueprint, I think AB on their website has it. You can look up the Raptor series and it'll show a diagram of it or a blueprint, and you can see how they're formed out in there. So the 2 only means that there's 2 spirals. I think there'll only be like 1 little nub. And then the 4, there'll be like 3 nubs, but that's 4 spirals. And then the 10 here, it goes all the way up to the 10, and you just get more spirals. That's all that means in those numbers. They're a great can, man. They shoot really well. My POI shift, especially with that 6.5 Creedmore, because I zeroed that before I got this can, and then I re-zeroed it again with the can on, and my POI shift was only 1 MOA left and a half MOA high from what I had it originally zeroed at. I zeroed this gun and I zeroed the 300 PRC with this on there, so I didn't have to deal with any of that stuff. Whenever I can, I shoot suppressed. When it comes to long guns, I shoot suppressed all the damn time. And here in Idaho, you're allowed to hunt with suppressors now, so that's freaking awesome. This thing being under that weight limit and being how light it is, it's also great hunting. It's great overall can, just being light in general. It has a great flash reduction, especially with this chamber here, the reflex. I know some of the tactical shooters, especially myself, you go and shoot at night, you shoot at dusk. The whole concept of shooting and getting a shot off without being seen is hiding your flash, and this thing helps greatly. This can, just the way it's built, it helps greatly with that. It reduces flash, it reduces the sound overall. You guys heard in those clips, that 6.5 Creedmore, I'm not kidding, like I didn't go and try and hide anything, like that was just me. I put the tripod up in the back of my Yukon and I shot off to the side so you guys can see everything, you guys can hear everything as I heard it, kind of behind the gun. That's exactly what it sounds like behind the gun. I didn't have ear pro in those videos, so you guys saw that. I was shooting no ear pro. This thing's totally hearing safe, all the way up to 300 PRC. It's just amazing. That 300 PRC, honestly, was quieter than my 5.56 with my Sandman S on it, I believe, in my opinion. That 6.5 Creedmore it's probably the quietest 6.5 Creedmore that I've shot or been around personally. And I'm not just saying that because it's my stuff. I'm literally, and I even had a few friends that I sent the video to earlier today, and they were saying, holy shit, man, that's really damn quiet. You could hear the bolt and everything functioning in the gun before you hear the actual sound of that round going off. And then you get on the 6.5 PRC. It sounds amazing on that as well. It's a great can. You cannot go wrong with this can. It weighs, like I said, 9.6 ounces. You're just under, or right at about 11 with this reflex on there, this big ass reflex. This is the biggest one you can get. This is the biggest can you can get Raptor wise from them. But as you can see, we'll put it back together here. And then when you put it over the gun, that's how much of it is going over that barrel. So all these people that are saying, oh, it's a long can. Why do you have to have such a long can? I hear that all the time. But half of this thing is over your barrel. What space is that taking up? Or what are you trying to show off, the fancy flutes in here? I don't get it. I'm not one to complain about that kind of stuff. And I'm not going to be slinging my gun all over the place and hitting branches and whatnot. Maybe when I carry my gun when I hike, that's because I don't want to hit stuff that I don't need it hitting. I don't want to ruin stuff. I don't want to, accidentally hit the scope too hard or hit something so hard where I break it. I want to know where that gun is at all times when I'm moving around. So that's just my take on it. So yeah, take this thing back off here. We'll finish up this conversation with how great this can is. I'm not just being biased because this is my can. I got this can at a pretty sweet deal from the gun shop down in Idaho Falls, but I've been shooting with it quite a bit. I've been shooting with some other cans. from some other companies. I'm not gonna start dogging on other companies. Other companies make great cannons, but I'm pretty damn happy with this product. It's one of the quietest cans I've ever shot. It's one of the quietest cans I've been around shooting. It works really well on multiple calibers, like you've seen in the videos. That 6.5 Creedmore, amazing. That 300 PRC, friggin' awesome. That 6.5 PRC. It was hard for me to really tell the difference in the video and behind the gun. The different tones of the 6.5 and 300 PRC. I mean, I can, just because how much I've been shooting them now. That 300 PRC gets off a little bit higher pitch and a little bit of a deeper crack than the 6.5 PRC does. And then you shoot that 6.5 Creedmore, and it's insane. It's one of the quietest 6.5 Creedmores that I've been able to shoot. But again, this can, the decibel ratings. I really don't want to get into it because I was using some app on my phone and I don't really trust it. It was telling me on that 6.5 Creedmore that I was getting 110 and 113. Which I've seen some videos of the AB, the Raptors getting shot with them. And I've seen them around 116, 117 and up to like 120, 122. So I was like, that's pretty damn low, and this is an app on my phone. So until I get some better equipment, I'm probably not gonna throw those numbers out, but the average I was getting for that was 113. The average I was getting for the 300 PRC was 118 to 122, back and forth there. And on this one, I was getting 116. That was off the phone. And 113 was the lowest for this one. So, again, it's an app on my phone. It's not the best decibel reader. I will probably try this again with an actual decibel reader, 5 rounds each, get the average. We'll go from there. But go get you an AB suppressor. I'm telling you, you won't be upset about it. And right now, the gun shop has a lot of them in Idaho Falls. So go down there and get you some, right? These guys. Off South Holmes. Remember that. And you guys watching from the gun shop, remember all these shout outs. So, this AB suppressor, again, comes out to 9.6 ounces without the reflex, just about 11 with the reflex on it. I don't remember the length. I think we're sitting at about 6.5, 7 inches. And then plus with all this, you're almost at, I want to say 9, 10. We'll get a tape measure out right now and do this for you. Back, tape measure. So, as Flannel Daddy would say, we'll go from tip to butt here. Okay, so the actual suppressor itself, without the reflex, you were sitting at 7 1/8. Total with the reflex on it, you are sitting at 1.5 feet. So I was way off. But that's 7 1/8 off the barrel, and that is 5 1/4 inches over your barrel. Unused space, more reflex. It's awesome. So like I was saying, they make the actual suppressors. They got the Raptor 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. And then with your reflexes, they have a 2, 3, 4, and a 5. If I'm not mistaken. They might have a 1. I don't think they have a 1. But it's a 2, 3, 4, and a 5. It's the biggest you can get with the reflex. They make them for standard barrels, and they make them for bull barrels. I got mine in the bull barrel because I have that carbon barrel down there. That Owen's a little fat, and then this is your standard barrel from Seiko. And it works for all of them. I don't think there's a very big difference in the standard and bull barrel size of the reflex on the inside. It's a couple points, something of a diameter. But go and get you an AB suppressor. If you were looking for a light suppressor that can do it all, whether it's hunting, whether it's some PRS matches, whether it's some of those hunter matches that you can go to down in Utah or Colorado or wherever, and you hike around with a buddy and a spotter and you get to shoot long range at some steel that they set up. and you want to do it quick. You have to keep it light to meet the requirements. This is the can, all titanium, super light, super quiet. It works great with all the calibers that you're going to probably be shooting that are 30 cal. So if you're wondering about 300 PRC, yes, it works, just like the video you saw. 6.5 Creedmore, it works. 6.5 PRC, it works. Those in-betweeners probably works as well. I would call AB or just look it up. They have a whole list on their website. Once you click Raptor, it'll tell you every caliber that these cans work for. And now you have some proof. So, if you're local to Idaho or Southeast Idaho, take your ass to the Idaho Falls gun shop, the gun shop down on South Holmes. Get you hooked up with an AB suppressor. Tell them I sent you. They might give you a discount. They might tell you to F off. I don't know. But courtesy of the gun shop is the reason I have all this stuff. So check them out, man. Check out AB suppressor. And I'll get back to you guys on the next one. Thanks for tuning in. Before I go, get back after it in the comments. That shit was hilarious. The cooler is spoken for. It's staying. So send me some stickers. Let me sticker this thing up. So I'll keep using it for videos. So if you want to see your sticker in the next video, send me a sticker and I'll throw it right up here up front for you. They want to see more mustache. So the mustache is staying. I like it as well. My wife likes it as well. It's a great time. Let's see. The setup is not that bad. I'm just a poor, so I can't afford all the fancy shit and the fancy lights. So we're working with what we got here. Hopefully you guys like this video. Let me know in the comments what you want to see next. Whether it's one of these guns some more, whether it's some AR stuff, whether it's some other gear I got. Just let me know and I'll see what I can do for you. But thanks for tuning in. Get after it in the comments and I'll see you guys next time.